Hey guys, so in this video I want to talk about tarot. This is kind of just a very basic introduction. Um, the deck that I have is actually Crowley Toth. Mine actually came with this awesome book, and it tells you what each cup means, like the divinatory meaning, and all of that. My deck was actually gifted to me, and this is what the cards look like. Can't really see them, but I really like it. Something to keep in mind is that your deck does not need to be gifted to you. There's sayings that, oh, it's better luck, or it'll bring you more power if it's gifted to you. That's just not true. You can go out and find one that you really connect with, and there are a couple ways to cleanse and charge them. So to cleanse and charge them, you can use a crystal. So you can actually take, I don't have any of mine in reach, but you can actually take a crystal and set it on top overnight, and charge it that way. I guess I should just hold on to this. You can actually take sage and kind of smudge the smoke over top of the deck. That kind of cleans them out as well. Sunlight or moonlight, giving it a bath in the full moon is what I just did with mine a couple days ago. Healing tones. So I talked about this when I talked about crystals. You can also use healing tones to clean your tarot deck. And salt. You can actually sprinkle salt on here as well. Another thing you can do is, I don't know if you can see, you can do like a cleansing shuffle. So you just take it, you shuffle it, and you do like an intentional cleansing that way. So that will work as well. Alright. So again, it does not need to be gifted to you. Another few ways to connect with your deck. It's tradition to bond with your deck by sleeping with it. It did, even though my deck was gifted to me, it took about, I would say about a year for me to really feel connected to it. But I wasn't really into, my witchy stuff when it was given to me. It was just given to me. So once I started to get into that, learned how to cleanse them and connect with it, it got a little bit better. Get to know your cards. So what you can do is you can actually make like flashcards. Go get some index cards at the Dollar Tree and write down, like this one right here says power. Write down power, and then on the flip side, write down the divinatory meaning for that, and get to know your cards that way. That's a really good idea as well. Notice that, say like one day you pick up your cards and a card falls out. Pay attention to that card. It's trying to tell you something. It's trying to get your attention. That's really important. And then, so this is just like a really basic beginner guide to the suits. So you've got the wands, the cups, the swords, and the pentacles. So the wands are going to be describing your spirit, motion, and action. So when this takes up, it's time to do something. And this is with the element of fire. The cups suit describe your emotions and relationships, and when this comes up, it's time to listen to your intuition, and this element would be represented as water. The swords describe your thoughts and state of mind. When this comes out, it is time to let go of worry and make a plan. And this is represented by the element of air. And then pentacles describe your material world. So you're looking at your body, your finances, your mental health, things like this. When this comes up, you need to use common sense, which is represented by the earth element. And then like in my book of shadows, I have all kinds of tarot spreads. Pages and pages and pages and pages of tarot spreads. A good place to look for tarot spread ideas is Pinterest. They have them laid out for you, and they have like, I found a really simple one. They have really good ideas for like 3 card spreads. So one is the week ahead. I don't know if you can see the week ahead. And so the way that you would set up this spread, one is down here, so that'd be the first card you pull, and that is the challenge. So that what's going to be the challenge for the week ahead. 2, you're going to lay that one up here, and that is going to be what you need to think about for the week ahead. And then 3 is going to be right here, and that's going to be what you need to do for the week ahead. But yeah, I have quite a few tarot spreads, and I want to let you guys know again that I do personal readings. All you have to do is reach out to me and let me know that you need one, and I'm more than happy to do that for you. There are also more complex tarot spreads. I'm trying to find one of the bigger ones here. So here's one about your past life, if you can see that. And then I'll tell you the early years, education, what your occupation was, social status, relationships, death, lesson learned, and then how it's impacting you in the present. That is something that's been really hard for me to get in touch with, is my past life and things like that. So I do find that divination kind of helps me connect to that quite a bit. Again, this was just like a really, really brief overview of tarot. I know a lot of people like reverse cards. So say you do a 2-card spread and one is upside down, one is right side up. There are actually people who are, you can read them either way. So right side up has a divinatory meaning, as well as the opposite way. You don't have to read your cards this way. That is totally a preference. For me, I find it much easier to just read them right side up. Usually the right side up is the positive divinatory meaning, and upside down is negative, kind of like bad things are coming. And so I like to kind of not influence, but I like to read them in more of a positive way as to how I can better prepare myself. Because sometimes when I read them upside down, it is just like so grueling, and it's like, wow, like it's a little too much in my face. It's like, here you go, like here's a grain of salt, and I don't take to that very well. So that's kind of why I read them right side up. You can look into reading them the different ways, but just starting out, I would read them right side up. Most books, or most like card packs that you get, do come with a book. Like, and mine in here actually came with, it says how to read them. So that's another way that I learned how to read them. And this one is actually kind of interesting. Let me go to the beginning here. So this actually goes with 2 different decks. So mine is the Crowley Toth, but it also has the Rider-Waite deck in here as well. And you can see the difference. So this is the one that I have. This is the other one. But they are both in there. And then, so in the back, like, this actually gives you a couple beginner spreads. It teaches you, so like this one would be a chakra spread. And then, I mean, there's all kinds of things that you can do. Like I said, Pinterest is a great resource for that, literally. You can also do, like, let's see, like history with it, and every deck is different too, so keep that in mind. When you're looking for a deck, if it hasn't been gifted to you and you're going out to get a new one, make sure that you feel really connected with it before you get it. Make sure that you're feeling the right kind of energy from it before you bring it into your home. Something else that I like to do is cleanse it before I even bring it into my home. Because when you're in the store, you don't know what kind of dark magic could have touched it. Someone could have cursed it just to be mean, or just to be spiteful. So I would definitely cleanse it before I bring it into my home. Other than that, like I said, that's just a really, really quick overview. And like I said, every deck is different. So when you do get a deck, make sure you research it. Like I said, most of them come with a book. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you soon.